Okay, and so as you come to this supported pose with either your legs up the wall or your legs extended in the air, for those of you that might be just joining the recording, our folks online have come to their backs, either legs up the wall or a supported bridge or waterfall, where you move from supported bridge, lifting the legs up and drawing the legs up into the air. I'll demonstrate that. So supported bridge, somewhat higher and able to almost come to a supported shoulder stand. There, the back is supported and lifted so high. Otherwise, the block can be down on its lowest level, the knees bent, and the legs up towards the sky. Go ahead and allow your eyes to close and let your breath deepen. As you feel the outer body get heavy here, let the hips relax into the floor. Let the belly relax down towards the spine. Let the shoulders relax and melt into the floor. We'll take at least 5 full deep breaths here. Our goal being just finding some comfort, creating a separation between our everyday life and your yoga practice that you're getting ready to start here on your mat today. When you've completed at least 5 of those nice full deep breaths and are feeling hopefully very grounded and relaxed, go ahead and bring your legs either down the wall, pressing the soles of the feet into the wall, or just drawing the knees in close to the chest. If you have a block underneath your sacrum, bring your feet to the floor, lift up and draw that block out. If your legs are up the wall, we'll all turn together and just roll to one side. Doesn't matter which, there's no magic there. We just want to roll to one side or the other, wherever we're most comfortable, cradling the head. And as you come here, today we're really going to focus on the breath. And so I would ask you to really, right now, take a nice deep full breath in and see if you can breathe so deeply that your back moves. Breathing into the back body and becoming aware of the back body. And then just letting the breath return to normal. Go ahead and use your upper hand and your upper leg to help you rise up gently and easily, finding a nice, easy seated position. Once you find that nice, easy seated position, we'll bring our hands out to the sides, lift up through the heart, press down through the hips. And again, as you lift up and give yourself some elevation through the spine, let the hips get heavy, let them almost dangle onto the floor. So if you need to bring blocks in, if your arms are such that when you straighten your arms, you don't feel like you can almost lift your bum off the floor, feel free to bring blocks in under the hands. We just want to get that suspended feeling, giving the spine a little bit of traction. And then with the next exhale, you can bend the elbows and release the pelvis down to the floor. Take the left hand over to the right knee and the right hand behind the hip. Lift up and take an easy, gentle twist to the right. Really plant that left hip, that left knee down. If you are using the playlist and you haven't started it, feel free to go ahead and start it here while we're doing our twists. Just taking 2 or 3 more breaths this way, lifting up on the inhale and exhaling on the twist. Always focusing in your twist on the opposite side hip, noticing, is it pressing down? And then inhale and just come back to the center. Bring the right hand over to the left knee, left hand comes behind the hip. Lift up, give yourself that space and twist. Anybody getting a crack, crack, crack? Yeah. And a couple of breaths here. Just anchoring the low body down, lifting through the upper body, breathing deeply. There's a Kenny Chesney song that's been running through my head. When you're ready, come back to the center. And it's really what inspired me to create this class because I kept hearing this song. He talks about I breathe in, I breathe out. I have lots of friends that help me talk it out. And it's about building, it's called Build a Better Boat, if you know that song. It's a great song in it. And then I saw on Facebook a meme, and it said, deep breaths are like little love notes for your body. And so today, as we breathe and move through class, I'd like you to think about that, letting the body get heavy, the breath lift you up, and bring those little love notes in wherever you can, always going back to that nice, fine, even, deep breath. From here, we're going to roll right back down onto our back, draw the knees in towards the chest, really flatten the sacrum down onto the ground, and then grasp the shins and rock side to side. Just a little gentle back rub here. And then drop those feet down to the floor, some abdominal bracing. I'm going to turn to the side again so we can see this. So as you lay on the floor, just notice the position of your back. You might even slide your hand under and feel that you've got some space. That's a healthy curve there. We want to keep that normally. Here we're going to work our core. So as you breathe, pull from the pubic bone all the way up to the belly bone. Draw that down towards the floor. Feel your back start to press onto your hand and try to smash your hand with your spine. You're pressing so hard with the core. And then let the breath bring the belly just back to neutral. Do that 2 more times. Pressing all the way from the pubic bone up to the belly button, smashing your hand and trying to draw all that in towards the floor, really activating the front of your core. And then let the breath spring back. And 1 more time. Pull that belly down towards the floor. And breathe. Don't do this by holding your breath. And with an inhale, just let the belly spring back. The arms can come out to the side momentarily as you draw the legs up, flexing the feet. We're trying to find 90-degree angles here. Yell at me if I'm not, because we can all think we're there and we're not. Bring your hands to your thighs. And as you press the thighs away, pull back with the legs. Now engage the core again and press the core towards the floor. We want to try to hold this for a slow count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let the legs come down to the floor. Take a breath. We're going to do that 2 more times. So when you're ready, draw those legs back up, trying to find that 90 degree, flex the feet, hands come to the thighs. Again, pull the core in and down towards the floor, otherwise this will start to hurt your low back. Press into the thighs and then pull the thighs back. If you're doing this at 100% capacity, you should be starting to feel a little bit of shaking going on here. And if not, I encourage you to pull the core further towards the floor, press the arms further into the legs, and pull back harder with the legs. And I think we're at about a 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let the spine go, let the belly go. Take a breath. And when you're ready, come right back to it. We get stronger by repetition, right? Press that back into the ground all the way from the pubic bone. Press the hands into the thighs, pull back with the legs, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release everything to the ground, stretch the arms out and take a nice morning stretch. And then as you breathe, pull those knees in, grasp the shins again, and take a little nice side rock to rock side to side. There we go. Sometimes when we're working the core, if we're not careful, we tweak the back. So we want to even things out when we're done. Keep hold of your right knee, stretch the left leg out and hover it over the floor. Draw that right knee in nice and tight, taking this nice cross body groin stretch. We're hovering that left leg. Both feet are flexed and active here. Drop the left leg down onto the floor. Stretch the right leg up towards the sky. Now you're welcome to place a strap around the right foot if you'd like it, or you can simply grasp the back of the right thigh. Relax the shoulders onto the floor. Pull that low belly down towards the floor. Press the thigh into the hands as you pull back with the hands in the thigh. Take a breath or two here. And then maintain holding that thigh with the right hand or your straps. Take the left arm out long. Let the right elbow drop onto the floor as you take the right leg out to the right side. So Supta Padangusthasana. If you can grab your big toes here and you want to go for that, go for it. Most of us are going to continue holding the thigh. With your next inhale, draw that right leg back up towards the ceiling, and then take the right arm out long and extend the right leg cross-body over towards the left hand. Don't let the leg fall asleep. Keep it active and busy. Make it work here as you stretch through this twist. Again, 1 or 2 breaths here, pressing out evenly through both feet. And then draw that right leg up on an inhale, bend the knee, and stretch the legs out together. Draw both knees in close to the chest. We'll repeat that on the other side. So as you squeeze those legs in, breathe, and then stretch the right leg out, hover it over the floor, pull the core down towards the floor as you hover here. Flexing both feet. Feet are active. You might start to play with those yogi toes, waking them up. We didn't do much with the toes. And then place that right leg down on the ground and straighten the left leg up towards the sky. Again, strap can go around the foot, or you can simply hold the left thigh. As you press the thigh into the hands, pull the hands back towards the chest. Push up through the heel to straighten that leg. Couple of nice breaths here in this neutral position, letting the hips anchor towards the floor. Holding that left thigh in the left hand or with the straps, right arm reaches out and the left leg comes out to the left side. I like to just drop my left elbow down and use my left hand kind of like a block out there. But again, if you can grab your big toe and you want to do that, go for it. This is all level. We certainly don't want to limit you. Take one more full in and out breath here, and then use the inner thigh muscles to pull that leg up. Take that left arm out long, and then draw the left leg cross body over to the right side, stretching through the twist and breathing. Breath does so much to regulate our thoughts and how the rest of our body behaves, and we totally forget about it. With your next out breath, prepare to lift your leg up, and on the inhale, draw that leg all the way up, bend the knee, stretch the legs out, shake them a little bit. We're going to pull both knees back in towards the chest, cross the feet at the ankles, and rock and roll until you come all the way up. Press up to a standing position, keeping the feet crossed. I'm going to come to the front of the mat here. Now this can be kind of a deep forward fold, and we haven't completely warmed up yet. So if your legs are going to be tight here, feel free to bend your knees, grab your blocks, and bring them in close for you, okay? Otherwise, try to have the legs lined up, inner and outer edges lined up, pressing through all 4 corners of the feet. Lift through the sit bones, let the head drop, and find a forward fold here. Nice deep forward fold. You might, if you're using your blocks, play with different levels until finally you open it up enough that the fingertips are on the floor, maybe the palms are on the floor. Take one more breath here. And then bring the hands up to the knees, balancing act. This is where we find out if you've got all 4 corners of both feet planted. Inhale, lift up. And raise the arms all the way up above your head. Exhale, and bring the hands down to the heart. Go ahead and unwind those legs and shake it out. And then switch the feet. So opposite foot in front this time. Bring the outer edges of those feet as close together as you can. Press the thighs back and squeeze in nice and tight. Square the hips. Pull up and in with the abdominals. Raise the arms up, and as you exhale, press the legs back, hips lift, forward fold. Again, those blocks can come in. You'll notice different sides are gonna be different. That's okay. Try to relax and let the shoulders, the upper body waterfall towards the floor. Let the head relax, maybe shake it back and forth, nod your head. Keep pressing those knees and thighs back and away. And as you're ready, press all four corners of both feet into the floor. Hands come up to the hips, elbows pull together. Inhale, nice flat back, rising up with balance. Let the arms raise up, and then exhale, hands down to the heart center. Unwind those legs and shake it out. Nice. All right, you can probably take the blocks off to the sides of your mat now. We're going to go ahead and take Sun Salutation A 3 different times. And what I'd like you to do is start out nice and gentle, right? Small steps forward, small steps back. And by that third one, maybe you've moved up to an up dog and a hop forward and a hop back. Your choice. Just accelerate. Inhale. Sweep the eyes and the arms up. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands and step back, finding your plank. Shift your weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga, and then descend all the way down for this first one. Stretch the legs out, lift through the spine, and press up for baby cobra. Exhale, coming down, tuck your toes for this first one, press through a table, lift the hips and rise up, finding down dog. We'll take 3 breaths in our down dog. And on your 4th inhale, look forward, bend your knees, and tiny little steps make your way up to the front of your mat. Really challenge yourself to take those little tiny baby steps and then to forward fold all the way over. Inhale halfway when you arrive. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep the eyes and the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. I fear we've lost Deanna. There we go. Inhale for your second, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands, and perhaps this time you step or hop back to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Can you hover briefly and then come to your back bend? It might be baby cobra. It might be up dog. Release down to the floor and see if you can reverse your plank and then lift up, finding your down dog. And we'll take 3 full breaths again. So the breath allows us to find space and to come back to our foundations. For your next inhale, look forward, bend your knees, and maybe you take bigger steps. Maybe you hop to the front of your mat. Inhale halfway when you arrive. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. This third one, your pace as you would like it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Maybe you've got to hop back. And then we're going to hover in our chaturanga, pulling through for our up dog and pressing back to down dog. Wherever you chose to go, celebrate that, warming up with the sun salutation. And enjoy a few breaths. Make your decision. Is it going to be a hop or step? Make your way to the front of your mat. Inhaling halfway when you get there. Exhaling and folding. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. And shake it all out. Beautiful. All right, now it's up to you if you want to use a wall for this next sequence or not. We're going to come to Vrikshasana tree, so you can use whatever you want. If you're out in the middle of the room, that's great. We're going to build on our Vrikshasana, easy for me to say here, but right now we're just going to practice with the Vrikshasana. So stand on your left foot and kickstand your right foot out. Use your right hand and press that right knee away, and then pull up through the abdominal wall. And breathe. Feel free to build your tree now, going wherever is appropriate for you, finding the tree that serves you today. As I fall. Take a nice deep breath in and out here. Just enjoying the balance in your tree, noticing all the fine little adjustments. And when you're ready, we can raise those arms all the way up, and then the right arm is going to go behind us and the left arm is going to go in front. And then come back through center. Exhale the hands down to the heart and continue descending the hands all the way down. Bring the palms of the hands together. We're going to add a shoulder opener here. So lift the arms all the way up, keeping the palms pressing into each other, and then let the hands, fountain of life, hands float down. Bring your hands back to your heart center. Draw your right leg forward. Press that right leg up and out. And then bend the knee and put the foot down on the floor. Shake those legs out. Whew. That's longer than we normally hold our tree, right, girls? Okay. Stand on that right foot. Kickstand that left foot out. Watch, I have a tendency that I want to dump my hip, right? Pull that right hip up and in as you press the left foot and the left leg away. And then go ahead and build that tree as you're ready. We'll see, I'm a little wobbly on this side. And take a breath or two here, just enjoying the stillness first of the tree, hearing your breath in your body. And then start to play with your balance. Maybe, maybe not. So when you're ready, you can grow those branches. And this time we'll try to take that left arm behind us and the right arm forward. When we take the arms into different planes from the legs, it's a real challenge. And then come back through the center. Exhale those hands down, and if you would like that shoulder opener, the hands continue to descend, palms come together, and then you rotate the arms up above the head, feel the shoulder blades on the back, and then the hands, the fingers come down, imagining that that's a fountain. And back to the heart center. All right, whoops, I lost it. Can you pull that left leg off and bring it in front? Stretch that leg out. Lift it just a little higher, and then bend that left knee and bring the foot down. Shake it all out. All right, let's vinyasa our way down to a low lunge. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands, step back, and take the vinyasa. Take a couple of breaths once you reach your down dog. And then plant that left foot, lift the right leg up in the air, bend the knee and draw the knee into the chest. Hover there for just a moment, and then swing that right foot through, drawing the left knee down to the ground and finding a low lunge. Yay, she's back.
Oh, I'm on my phone, so this is really small. So Comcast is out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I'm logged in using my phone because I have a data plan, obviously. So
Love it.
Yeah,
all right.
Comcast is supposed to be out till 2:45.
Lovely.
Where am I at?
Schools are loving it. All right, we made our way to a low lunge.
Okay.
From here, you can place a block or your left hand down on the floor. Bring your right hand into your right hip crease and really anchor that hip down and back towards the left heel. Feel the length as you lift through the spine, and then pull the belly button through to the right, twisting. Don't let that right knee pop out. Keep pulling it in, and then maybe the right arm floats up. Just don't let the right arm drag you into the twist. The right arm is a final expression. Dig the left toes in and lift up for a twisted higher lunge. And breathe. From here, begin to come up onto your left fingertips. So pull up through the right arm. Make certain that you're nice and steady in the legs, and then start to airplane the arms out to the side. Flip the palms up and lift all the way up into your high lunge. Exhale and drop that pelvis towards the floor, getting nice and deep in your high lunge. Beautiful, ladies. Take that right arm behind you, left arm in front, and find a twist. Wah, maybe. Come back through the center and exhale the hands down to frame that front foot. Step back with the right leg, finding your plank. You can take the vinyasa or you can simply press to down dog. And we'll all meet there, where we'll take a breath or two. Step into that right foot, lift the left foot up in the air, bend the knee, draw the knee into the chest and hover, and then swing the foot through. Draw the right knee down to the ground. We're headed to that twisted lunge, so keep the hands down and the right hand can come either to the floor or the block, your choice. Left thumb comes into that left hip crease, anchoring it down, and you use that then to twist and pull the belly through, stacking the shoulders up to the left. Then maybe that left arm reaches up. And on your next breath, you can dig those back toes in, lift the back leg up. Imagine someone's pulling you up by the left hand and you're coming up onto the right fingertips and then revolving, finding an airplane, twisting the hands up towards the sky and reaching all the way up. Exhale and drop that pelvis towards the floor, finding a deeper lunge. So let's see if we can twist the other way. Left arm goes back, right arm goes forward. And then come back through the center. Exhale, bring the hands down around that front foot. This time step into the left foot and just float the right foot up next to the left foot. Shake those legs out. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep the eyes and the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, grab a strap and make a small loop in that strap. Small enough, big enough that it will go around your foot. We're going to play a little bit. You just missed a tree in there, Deanna.
Okay.
And a little bit of playing with our balance. We're going to add on to that. So make a loop that your foot can slide into. And we're going to start with a simple standing quad stretch here. And the reason I want you, even though I know you all can grab your foot to have this, is that it will make it easier when we want to move to playing with King Dancer, okay? So once you've got that strap set up, grab the strap with the palm turning out by your right leg. And then stand well on that left foot and kick, hamstring kick the right leg up behind you. Draw that right elbow towards the sky. Now watch the right knee. Keep pulling the right knee in towards the left leg, pushing it towards the floor. Use the right arm to help lift that leg while you keep the thighs joined together. Then reach that left arm back. And just a little bit of a tricep stretch and a quad stretch here. So the more we're pressing the right knee towards the floor and pulling the foot towards the butt with our hands, the more of a stretch we'll get. And then go ahead and release that and switch the feet out. And so with that strap around the left foot, again, you can always, I see Jane moved over by a wall. You can always go over by a wall or a piece of furniture. Otherwise, you can add the balance challenge in here too. So stand well on that right foot. Draw the thighs close together, hamstring curl that left leg back, flip the arms up, reach back, finding your strap, Squeeze the legs together as you draw the left knee towards the floor, and against that, resist with the arms, pulling the leg up. Pull the belly in and resist the urge to hold your breath. Couple of breaths here. And then go ahead and release that strap and take the leg down. All right. Just so we can share the fun a little bit with the different sides of the body, we're going to go ahead, switch back over to the right foot. Now, the challenge here is either use a wall or you have to, nobody here has a partner at home. This was fun. I did it in a class yesterday and a husband and wife were together and they mirrored each other. But if you've got a wall, what I'd like for you to be practicing is you're going to place a hand up that wall and use that to hold yourself vertical away from the wall. Hamstring curl the leg again, pull the leg back and lift this time into more of a dancer pose. All right. So as you're ready, either at a wall or just at the end of your mat, keep pulling that right knee in towards the left leg. Don't let it flare out. Yeah, nice correction there, Jane. Keep the chest lifted. Now remember the back bend part of this. As you're pulling that leg up, lift through the heart, pulling yourself up and away from your spine. Beautiful. Take a few breaths there. When you're ready, switch the legs out and do the other side. Can anyone here grab their leg in full king pigeon without the strap?
No.
Yeah, most of us, that's not really accessible. And so this gives us a chance to get that feeling, right? So the big thing here is keep the head up towards the ceiling, keep the chest lifted, keep the heart lifted. Keep pulling those legs in towards each other. Take a few breaths, and when you're ready, you can unhook and come down. All right, let's do a Warrior 2 series just to kind of clear this out, and then we're going to come back and add on to this, all right? So come to the top of your mat, inhale, reach all the way up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, exhale and fold. Plant your hands, step back, find your plank. If you would like to take the vinyasa, go for it. If you'd like to go to down dog, do that. We'll all meet there in our down dog. On your next breath, plant that left foot, lift the right leg up in the air, and then bend the knee, draw the foot through. We're headed to Warrior 2, so pivot that back foot down. Inhale, drawing the arms up, and find a nice deep Warrior 2 pose here. Flip that front palm and go for reverse warrior. Come back through Warrior 2, and we'll head to Parsvakonasana. So the right forearm comes to the right thigh, left arm stretches out long. Take a breath here, even if you like full Parsvakonasana, and just enjoy the balance and the breath. If then you would like to descend one arm down to the floor or a block for a deeper variation, go for it. Just take a moment to enjoy, to smell the roses. Then use that left arm in your left side body to windmill you all the way up. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Go for a nice reverse warrior with the front leg straight, reverse triangle actually. And then come back through to a Warrior 2. One more time, head right back to your variation of Parsvakonasana. Come back through your Warrior 2. Inhale, straighten that front leg, reach towards the front toes, and release down, finding a triangle. Nice deep breaths here in your triangle pose. Remember, you can use a block, you can lobster claw your ankle, you can even be up here. And then go ahead, bend into that front leg, find Warrior 2. Windmill the arms down to frame that front foot. Step back to your plank, and you decide your choice, vinyasa or simply meet us in down dog. We'll all meet in down dog and take a breath or two. We'll repeat that sequence, hopefully on the other side. So when you're ready, plant that right foot, lift the left leg up in the air, bend the knee, hover in towards the chest, and then swing the foot through. Find warrior two legs and bring the arms up, nice deep warrior two, settling in, enjoying the breath. Flip that front palm and go for a reverse warrior. Come back through warrior two. Find your Parsvakonasana. Remember to start in a slightly gentler version than maybe you normally take. And when you're ready, after a breath or two, if you'd like to go a little deeper, that's always welcome. Use that right side body to pull you right back up to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front leg and go for a reverse triangle. Come back through your warrior two. Briefly touch back to your Parsvakonasana. Come back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front leg, lean forward, and let's find triangle. Moving slowly, easily, softly, muscularly, letting the breath feed your body. With the next breath, you can bend into that front knee, come back, find your warrior two. Windmill the arms down to frame that front foot. Step back, finding your plank. If you'd like the vinyasa, go for it. We'll all meet in down dog. Take a couple of breaths here. And then look to the front of your mat, bend your knees and make your way up, either hopping or stepping to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhaling halfway when you arrive, exhaling and folding. Inhale, sweep the eyes and the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Beautiful. Okay, let's add on now to that. Hopefully we're nice and warmed up. We've played with balance a little bit. If you want to be by a wall, you can. If you want to play more with balance, stay out at the end of your mat. Come to all four corners of your feet, standing well. Shift the weight over to the left foot and find your variation of a tree pose. So it doesn't matter where that foot rests. We're actually going to challenge ourselves just by adding on to the sequence. So from here, draw that right leg forward and then bring the leg back. Hamstring curl that leg and see if you can capture the foot behind you. Lift the left arm up and then start to press into a dancer pose. So keep the heart lifted as you lift the leg, finding your back bend here. Keep your balance as you press back through to Ekapada Tadasana. Stretch that right leg out in front of you and then bend the knee and set the foot down. Shake the legs out. Nice. All right, shift the weight over to that right foot. Find your tree. Take a couple breaths here in your tree pose. And then when you're ready, we'll draw that left leg off, finding Ekapada Tadasana, sliding the hands and the feet back, hamstring curling, back towards that quad stretch, lift that right arm up, and now move towards your dancer pose. And come back through, see if you can hold that balance as you press back to Ekapada Tadasana. Stretch that left leg out and then place it down on the ground and shake it all out. Nice. All right. You can kind of let go of anything you got going on here. And let's play a little bit. I'm looking at time. Okay, let's play a little bit here. We're going to vinyasa our way down to a pigeon pose. All right, so y'all know where we're headed. Inhale, sweep up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold. Plant the hands, step back or hop. Take the chaturanga or not. We'll all meet in down dog. We're going to throw in a little lizard pose before the pigeon. So lift that right leg up, bend the knee, draw the foot to the outside of the right hand. Take a moment here to drop that left knee, lay the left toes flat, look up and let your body weight pull your hips down towards the floor as you relax into this pose. Both legs should be getting a nice stretch here. And then if you'd like to go deeper, you can always walk that right foot off a little and draw the arms down towards the floor. Take 2 to 3 breaths in your variation of this lizard. And then bring the hands back up underneath the shoulders. Tuck those toes in, lift that back leg up again. Press back, finding three-legged dog. So the right leg lifts. This time, draw that right knee in and move towards your variation of pigeon. Remembering that the shin can be forward, it can be back. If the shin is forward, you're on the outside edge of the foot and the toes are flexed. If it's back, you're pressing all 5 toenails actively into the ground. Walk your hands back towards your leg. Bring your right hand to your right thigh. Left hand is going to come to the sole of the right foot. Draw up through the Mula Bandha, lifting yourself up off your mat. Pull in through the belly and rise up. Now you might choose here, we're not going to take the time to hook the strap and do the whole bit, but you might choose to hamstring that back leg, do that little curl kick back. See if you can reach back. Suzanne's got it. Or not, right? You can just stay here lifting and pulling. You can also just add, Jane's like, thank you. You can also just lift the arms. When you're ready, let the hands come down, release, and let your pigeon have a little nap. We'll take one more in and out breath here. And then gently unwind, coming back up. Tuck those back toes in, lift the back knee up, and press to your plank. Take the chaturanga if you'd like it, otherwise simply lift up, finding down dog. Your choice. And we'll take a few breaths in down dog before we repeat that on the other side. So lizard followed by pigeon. Plant that right foot, lift the left foot up, draw the left knee in, swing the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Take a moment here to really draw that right leg back. Feel that groin stretch like at the beginning of class, and then drop that right knee down to the ground. Lay the toes flat. Lift your gaze, press your hips down and forward. Notice if you're hunching the shoulders, any tension or energy in the neck, let go of it. And then perhaps you start to release down, finding the floor. And we'll take just a few breaths here. Before drawing the hands back underneath the shoulders. Remember, we're headed to that three-legged dog, so tuck the right toes, making certain the right leg is where you need it for three-legged dog. And then press the left leg back and up, sweeping it up and high. Coming into pigeon, draw that left knee in, take the left knee to the outside of the left wrist. You decide, shin forward, shin back. And when you're ready, the hands walk back, making certain that that back leg is long and strong into the mat. Left hand, left thigh, right hand, left sole of the foot. Pull up through the Mula Bandha, and then you decide, do you want, and you can take that left hand off the thigh so that you can bend the leg and find the foot if that helps you, right? We're not going for the full enchilada here today. We're playing. We're having a little fun. Love it. You can also simply lift the arms up. And when you're ready, release. Let go through the Mula Bandha, relax towards the floor, and let your pigeon take a little nap again. With your next breath, go ahead and draw the arms underneath the shoulders, lifting up through the heart. Tuck those back toes, lift the back knee up off the ground, and press back, finding a plank. From here, you can decide if you'd like the chaturanga or simply to release back to down dog. Once you're in your down dog, go ahead and pedal your legs out a little bit. Those pigeons can be intense on the knees, so we want to take care of them. And then look forward, pressing towards a plank. You got it. Coming to a full plank. Exhale and chaturanga down to the floor. Stretch the legs out. And let's just do a little locust here for the low back. So press the toenails in so hard that you lift the knees up, press the pelvis in, pull the head away from the hips, and then roll the shoulders back and lift up. The feet might rise up. Breathing deeply here. See if you can keep the legs up as you float the arms out in front, Superman style, and then relax onto the floor. Draw the hands back by the rib cage, tuck the toes, reverse your plank, and draw your knees to the mat, coming to a seated position. Stretch your legs out in front.
Okay.
Take the flesh away from the sit bones. Bend that right knee, lift the right foot up and over. Plant that right foot down, shift the weight over to the left hip, and draw the left foot back by the right hip. Draw your right hip down towards the floor as you stamp that left foot, the right foot, evenly into the floor, and lift up. Draw the left arm around the right knee, right hand comes behind the hip, lift up, exhale, twist right. And breathe. Unwind, coming back through. Let the legs unwind. That pretzel you just created, shake them out a little bit. And we'll do the opposite. So stretch through the right leg, lift the left leg up, place it over the right, and then shift your weight to the right, drawing the right leg back by the left hip. Plant that left foot down, plant that left hip down. Stretch the right arm around the left knee, left hand comes behind the hip, lift through the heart, exhale and twist. Nice deep breaths here. And then unwind. Take apart your pretzel legs, stretching them out in front of you. Draw the flesh away from the sit bones. Inhale, lifting up nice and tall. And as you exhale, forward fold, reaching for those feet or the ankles. Just a nice gentle stretch, no need for straps to yank on. Let the head relax down towards the knees here and take a breath. Slide your hands up your legs, coming back through a Dandasana pose, bend the knees, and make certain you've got a block available here as you come all the way back down to your back. I'm going to pivot. And as we come down onto our back, you want the block to be off to the side. Inhale, draw those knees up towards the chest, squeeze the legs together, flex the feet, keep those legs in line as you roll the legs off to one side or the other. I don't care which. I went left because it'd be easier for anybody watching this to see. Just don't let the legs separate, okay? Keep them squeezing, keep the shoulders flat, belly pulling towards the spine. And then inhale back through the center. Make certain that you're evenly spaced and then stretch the legs off to the other direction. So I'm not letting my legs come all the way to the floor. I'm hovering, so I'm pulling a little more ab work in, squeezing those legs. And then inhale, come back up through the center, drop the feet down so they're about 6 to 10 inches away from the sit bones. Lift the arms up towards the sky and draw the shoulders down onto the floor. Now you might feel like when I pull my arms down, I feel like there's something bunched underneath my shoulders. So I'm gonna lift up and draw my shoulder blades underneath my back. Then lay the triceps on the mat, fingers towards the sky. You can make a fist. Plant the feet into the ground. Inhale, lift the hips up and see if you can walk yourself closer to your heels, coming so you've got a nice relaxed neck. Hips are lifted. Don't let the legs flare out. Keep the legs squeezing in. Engage those glutes. Make those big muscles do some work. We carry them around. Make them work. And breathe. Little hip dip here. So we're going to dip to the right, to the left, just going back and forth a few times, working the glutes. And then come back to a nice solid center place. Bring the hands underneath you, squeezing the clasped hands, rolling the shoulders even more deeply underneath as you lift up into a deeper back bend. Unclasp the hands, let the back relax down onto the floor. Bring your block in close to your side. And as you inhale, lift right back up into a nice high bridge. Slide in your block on either the second or the third, depending on your back's abilities, underneath the sacrum. We're coming to a supported bridge. If you go up high enough, you'll hear some instructors refer to it as a supported shoulder stand. So if you want to go there, you're going to walk your feet in closer, lift the hips up even higher, and draw the block underneath your sacrum. So now I'm on the tops of my shoulders. My neck is relaxed. There's no weight on my neck. So your choice, you can come to either that supported shoulder stand or a supported bridge. Take 3 breaths in and out here. And then wherever you are, plant the feet, lift the hips up a little higher so you can slide that block out and let the back come down to the ground. Your choice here, if you would like to go back to either Viparita or waterfall, you can keep the block, place it on its lowest height underneath the sacrum. If you prefer your Shavasana in a corpse or a traditional pose, go there. All right, we'll all meet in our chosen Shavasana pose. I'm in waterfall with the block underneath my sacrum, legs pointed up in the air. As we do in supported shoulder stand, we want to get those shoulder blades right underneath us so the heads of the arms are pointed towards the ears as opposed to rolling up towards the sky. Neck relaxed, legs evenly weighted against each other, wherever you happen to be. Let your breath deepen. Feel the engagement with the floor or the block and the low back. And let your mind relax. Take one full deep breath in and then drop your jaw and exhale, bringing your breath and your awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and when you're ready, bend your knees if your legs are still extended. Draw your feet to the ground, and if you've got a block underneath you, lift up your hips to pull that block out, letting the back come back down to the ground. Resetting. As you're ready, draw the knees in towards the chest, grasping the shins. Press the sacrum flat into the ground, as you rock side to side. Finally, rolling over to your preferred side and resting your head on your arm for one brief moment. Again, taking a breath so full and deep, you feel the back ribs move. Then exhaling completely and making your way up, finding an easy seated position, hands at your heart center. Eyes softly closed. This virus that has pervaded our lives for so much of the last year threatens to rob our breath and to hurt our lungs as well as those we love. And we can become so preoccupied with it that our lives begin to shut down. So I want to encourage you, know that you're fine, you're okay. Take a nice deep breath, feel that breath, enjoy that breath. And the next time that you need a little space or you're starting to feel a little anxious, come back to that deep breath, give that little love note to your body, and know that you'll be fine. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks.
How are we doing?
Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you.
Good. I hope you feel good.
Thank you for everything. Great class.
Yeah. You guys take care.
You too. You too.
I will put that link, since we usually lag when we do put things on the website. I'm going to send it to Peg, who had asked for it. So I'll just copy all you guys on it. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye, Sandy. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Thanks.